I'm going to tie a Honda in this rope just for spinning rope tricks, not for any catches or anything. So I'm going to start by just doing a pretzel in the rope, leaving a little more than a foot on the other end. And then you can make your eye and then take the rope down below the other knot and just do another wrap around, pull it tight. So when you pull on the eye of it, it tightens it. So you could do that and just put your other end through and start spinning it. That's one way. There's multiple ways you could do it, but this works. So there's a couple of really cool things about tying your Honda instead of taping it or sewing it. It's very convenient. You don't need any extra equipment. You just need your rope and just tie it off. You can take it apart if you want to change it and retie it whenever you want. It's pretty easy. Another thing is it's very versatile. You can change it around. Like this one is it's a smaller eye using less rope, so it's going to be a little lighter. The bigger your eye, it's going to make it a tad bit heavier. And then if you want it even heavier yet, you can do a couple more turns of the rope there, make a bigger knot. Let me just try an example here. So I start my first knot and leave more on this end. Then let me leave this one a little loose too. You can experiment. There's all different kinds of ways you can do this, but I've been experimenting with a few just for fun. Let's see here. Do it like this. And then I'm going to take this one and loop it around through the original knot and then through the second knot there. Pull it tight. And then you can see if you have more rope hanging down here and you want to loop it around again, it'll add even more weight in case you need a heavier Honda. So you can achieve a pretty good weighted Honda just from enough knots in the end of your rope. Hey there. So I've got a rope here. I've got a metal thimble that I just picked up at the hardware store, and I'm going to put this thimble in the rope and then I'm going to tie it with a knot. So it's going to have a thimble and a knot, no duct tape. So we're going to see how that goes for this Honda. So set the thimble aside for a second, and I'm going to get about this much rope here. I'm going to tie a knot, just an overhand knot, at this point in the rope. Right about like that. See here? I'm not going to tie it too tight yet. So leave it open a little bit because I'm going to need to go through there. So now I'm going to pick up the thimble, put the thimble in like here, the rope around, and then you can see I've got this opening still. That's where I'm going to take the end after it comes on the other side of the thimble, go through that opening like so. So it's starting to look like it might work here. Now we're going to tighten it up, and I got to do another knot at the end of this. So I got to have enough room. I got to have enough rope there. I'm going to start pulling it tight so that this part wraps around the bottom of the thimble, holds it, keeps it from, you don't want this to come loose and then the thimble flies out when you're trying to spin the rope. Prevent that. Okay, so for the last knot, to tie it off here and seal the deal, pull it tight. I'm just going to do one more overhand knot down at the bottom here. So let's see, different ways I could do it here. I'm going to go around like this and then just tuck it in through there. It's like I'll have just enough rope, not much to spare. Okay, I'm going to pull that through a little more. See if I have enough. Yeah, it barely makes it. There we go. Just want to make sure it's nice and tight. Pull that nice and tight. Try to get this end. Pull nice and tight. Looks pretty solid. Feels good. So this is what it looks like in the end. And with the thimble weight, plus the weight of the rope for the knot, we'll see how heavy it is. It might get me right about where I need to be. This is actually a 25-foot rope. So I'm going to try it out now and see how it turns.